How often have you thought, if only I could get rid of stress, life would be perfect? But here's the thing. Stress isn't something you can erase. It's everywhere, like gravity, constant, unyielding. And here's the twist. It doesn't have to crush you. What if stress was a misunderstood ally, not an enemy? A force that, when harnessed, could fuel your growth and resilience. This isn't about running away from stress or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about transforming it into a stepping stone, a tool to help you break through and build the life you want. Welcome to the Pinch of Wisdom podcast, where we take life's ordinary struggles and turn them into extraordinary breakthroughs. I'm your host, Cleon Vera, and today we'll discover how to take control of stress before it takes control of you. First, let's get one thing straight. Stress isn't all bad. In fact, some types of stress are essential for growth. Let me explain the two faces of stress. 1. Adaptive stress. This is the stress you feel before a big moment, like a presentation or a job interview. It's the butterflies in your stomach that keep you focused and sharp. Adaptive stress is productive and helps you grow. 2. Maladaptive stress. This is the chronic, draining stress that doesn't let up. It's the constant pressure from deadlines, bills, and unresolved conflicts. It leaves you feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and exhausted. According to the American Psychological Association, chronic stress increases the risk of heart disease, mental health issues, and weakens your immune system. Think about the stress in your life. Is it moving you forward or is it holding you back? Now, let's bust a dangerous myth. The myth that resilience means pushing through no matter what. We're told to grit our teeth and power through. But resilience isn't about ignoring your limits. It's about recognizing them. I'll be honest, this myth trapped me for years. I thought that by pushing harder, I'd prove how strong I was. But you know what happened? I burned out. I learned that resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about knowing when to rest and when to reset. Dr. Aditi Nerurkar, Harvard physician and stress expert, teaches us that true resilience isn't about enduring without limits. It's about finding balance. It means respecting your boundaries, practicing self-compassion, and recognizing when to step back to preserve both your mental and physical health. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what am I prioritizing over my well-being? Resilience isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. If you're finding this episode helpful, hit that subscribe or follow button. By subscribing, you're not just getting access to future episodes, you're creating a space in your life for growth and resilience. Let's grow together, one breakthrough at a time. So what's the science behind stress? Here's where the science gets fascinating. Stress changes the way your brain works. The prefrontal cortex versus amygdala. When you're calm, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logical thinking and decision-making, is in charge. But under stress, your amygdala takes over. This is your fight or flight center, and it's great for survival, but terrible for long-term thinking. Here's the problem. Modern stressors like bills, deadlines, and social pressure don't go away. Your amygdala stays on high alert, leaving you in a constant state of fight or flight. Studies on neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize and form new neural connections, show that your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on your actions, thoughts, and experiences. Neuroplasticity allows your brain to adapt, learn, and change throughout your life. Here's how it relates to stress. When you're under chronic stress, your brain often defaults to the amygdala, the part responsible for fight or flight responses. This can create a cycle where your stress response becomes more reactive and automatic over time. But here's the good news. Through intentional practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and problem solving, you can leverage neuroplasticity to strengthen your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for logical thinking and self-regulation. By doing this, you essentially retrain your brain to respond to stress more calmly and effectively, breaking the reactive loop and regaining control over your mental state. This isn't just a theory, it's backed by science. Your brain is far more adaptable than you might think, and with the right habits, you can rewire it to help you thrive under pressure rather than crumble. Now let's move from understanding stress to taking action. Here are 2 powerful resets you can use anytime, anywhere. I call it the Resilience Toolkit. 1. Stop, breathe, be yourself. Your breath is a powerful tool for calming your mind. Why? It's the only physiological process you can control both voluntarily and involuntarily. How to practice this? Stop. Pause whatever you're doing. Breathe. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold for 3 seconds, and exhale slowly. Be yourself. Anchor yourself in the present moment. Ask yourself, what is true right now? Here's why it works. Deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol levels and calming your body. 2. Gratitude practice. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good practice. It's science-backed. It rewires your brain to focus on abundance rather than scarcity. Here is how to start practicing gratitude, starting today. Write down 5 things you're grateful for every evening. Be specific. Instead of saying, I'm grateful for my friends, say, I'm grateful for how my friend encouraged me today. Research shows that practicing gratitude consistently for 30 to 90 days lowers stress, improves mood, and enhances resilience. Tonight, write down 5 things you're grateful for and why. Watch how this simple habit transforms your mindset over time. Question: can we turn stress into strength? My answer is yes. Stress doesn't have to be something you fear. With the right perspective, it can become your greatest tool for growth. Here are 3 tools you can use to turn stress into strength. 1. Reframe your stress. Instead of thinking, well, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Every challenge carries a lesson if you're willing to look for it. 2. Embrace neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly adapting. Through small, consistent actions like mindfulness, journaling, or physical activity, you can create new pathways that help you respond to stress more effectively. 3. Build a growth environment. Your environment matters. Surround yourself with people, tools, and habits that uplift you. Listen to inspiring podcasts, read empowering books, and create a physical space that feels calming and supportive. This week, identify 1 thing in your environment that adds unnecessary stress. Can you remove it, delegate it, or change how you approach it? Let's wrap up with some long-term strategies to build resilience. 1. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. When you stumble, remind yourself that failure is part of growth. Dr. Kristin Neff, a leading researcher in self-compassion and psychology, has demonstrated through her studies that practicing self-compassion can significantly reduce cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone, and enhance emotional resilience. Her research highlights how treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend helps to counteract the harsh effects of stress, fostering a sense of emotional balance and strength even in challenging times. 2. Micro resets. Big changes aren't always practical. Instead, focus on small daily resets, like a 5-minute walk, a cup of tea, or a quick stretch. Pick 1 micro reset and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine this week. 3. Embrace the power of choice. Every day, you have the power to choose how you respond to stress. Will you let it control you, or will you use it as fuel to grow? Here's the bottom line. Stress is inevitable, but suffering under it is not. By understanding how stress works, honoring your limits, and using tools like breathing, gratitude, and self-compassion, you can turn stress from an enemy into an ally. Remember, resilience isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being adaptable. It's about pausing, resetting, and growing stronger every day. Starting today, I challenge you, take 1 reset, whether it's breathing, gratitude, or reframing stress, and make it a part of your life. If today's episode offered you even a spark of clarity, share it with someone who could use a little extra resilience in their life. Be sure to hit subscribe or follow so we can continue bringing you insights and tools to transform stress into strength. And in the comments, share your go-to stress reset or how you're building resilience. Together, let's empower each other to thrive, one step at a time.